Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with day number 8 of Christmas cards with the Cricut. This is the card we'll be making today, and as you can see, it is another gatefold card. However, there's a twist to this gatefold card. It opens like this. So, come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how to make this gatefold card. Okay everybody, so I'm going to bring up the supplies so we can get started on the card. So now, once again, we're doing a gatefold, but remember there's a twist to this gatefold. So my cardstock measures, and I've already added my greeting in the inside, but the cardstock measures 8.5 by 5.5. And I've scored it at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. So it's all ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add our panels. And our panels measure 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And the paper stack that this paper is from is the K & Company Brenda Walton paper stack. And the paper, as I said, is double-sided. So it looks like this on one side, and then it looks like this on the other side. So let's go ahead and add our panels. And I did go ahead and ink my edges using the evergreen bowl. So I'm just going to go ahead now and tape down the first panel. So we're going to get some tape on our first panel. And I'm going to go ahead and go along my edges here. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my card. And we're going to add our right side. But technically, as it's facing you right now, it'll be on your left. So I've gone ahead and added that side. So now, I'm going to go ahead and add my other side. And I'm going to get my tape in the middle and then along on my edges. And then we'll add this side. And I'm going to go ahead and keep my card closed when I add this second one. Because I just want to make sure I can line this up just a little bit here. Like so. So there. That's our normal gatefold. But as I said before, this one does have a twist to it. So let's go ahead and add our other pieces. So now I did use the Cricut for this time in cutting my squares, but you don't have to. You can use just your paper trimmer. So my first square measures, let's see, 2.5 by 2.5. And what I've done is I used the Georgian Basic cartridge to get my square, and I just went ahead and took the aspect ratio button off, and I put in 2.5 for the height and 2.5 for the width. But as I said before, you don't have to use your Cricut and Gypsy for that. You can just go ahead and cut it using your paper trimmer. The only reason why I did that is because I decided I might as well go ahead and cut everything on the Cricut, since I had to cut the little present on the Cricut. So now, the other thing that I've done is I have gone ahead and inked my edges using the evergreen again. And on my 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece. I also went ahead and used my Swiss Dots Cuttlebug folder and ran that through the Big Shot to cover my 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. Then the other thing I did was I then cut another square that measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and that is just the reverse side of this paper. And I went ahead and inked my edges using the Festive Berries. So now I want to go ahead and add this to my square. So I'm just gonna line this up and add this to my card, or to the base part. So we'll get some tape on our square. And we'll just go ahead and add this to our square, like so. And then I'm not going to go ahead and put my embellishment on top of here just yet, because remember, I'm going to be lining this up and putting it on my card right here. And since I have to put the tape on the one side, and I do have my present popped up on some foam tape, I'm going to wait before I put that on. I'll put that on last. So now that we've got that layer done, we're next going to go ahead and add the bottom part to our gatefold card. Now this piece of cardstock measures, let's see what I cut this at, 1.5 by 2.5. And once again, I did use the Cricut to cut it, but as I said, you can use your paper trimmer. And then I have this piece of cardstock, and this piece measures 1.25 by 2.25. And then what I did was I took one of my stamps, and I believe this is from the Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamp set, and I stamped out the word joy, and I used the evergreen again to stamp that out. And I also ran my bottom layer through the Cuttlebug folder again. And I inked my edges for the joy using the festive berries. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add this piece to the bottom of my card. And I think this time what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow rather than using my ATG gun. So let's get some tape on here, like so. And I want to make sure I get my edges as well. And then we're just going to line this up, and we're going to add this on the card, like so. Okay, so now what we're ready to do is we're ready to go ahead and add our layers to the card. So now, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and, as usual, the way we were doing our previous gatefold cards, you're going to put tape only on this half of your top layer, the part that is going to open. But then on the bottom, you're going to put your tape on the right side, so that when the card opens, it will open. Let's see if I can do this without it being taped. It will open like so. So let's go ahead and get this tape down, and then we'll see. You'll see what I mean. So we'll first start with the top one. Or maybe I'll start with the bottom one first. I think what I'm going to do is I need to mark this with a pencil, so I make sure I get this lined up for both of them in the right spot. So let me get a pencil, and we can go ahead and mark where we want each one to be. So I want the bottom one to be about right here. So I'm going to just make a light pencil mark right there. And then I want my top one, I want to kind of line it up the same. Let's make sure we get it straight. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to make my pencil mark there. So okay, so we'll just go ahead and we'll add the top one first. And I think we'll just use our Tombow for that. Since these are just such small pieces, we can go ahead and add the Tombow. So now, I'm going to line that up and place that right in that spot where I made the pencil mark. And I've said on many, many occasions, do not put tape on all sides. And I did exactly that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my adhesive remover to remove the tape from the 1/2, and then I'll be back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and you would think that all the gatefold cards that I made, that I would remember not to put that tape on this side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my card, and then I'm going to line that up again, and then I'm just going to press down. So now I have my gatefold. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add the second piece. And remember, the tape is only going to go on your right side. So I'm going to get some tape only on the right. But as I've turned it over and it's facing me, it's going to be on your left. And we're only going to go halfway. And that's about halfway. And then I'm going to open up the card, and I actually should have put my marking on the other side, but that's okay because I'm going to line this up with this. But I'm going to press down on the other side, like so. So now, when you open it, it opens like that. So that's just a little twist on the gatefold. So now, let's go ahead and add our little present, which looks like this. Now, the present is from the Art Philosophy cartridge, and this is the handbook, and it is on page 60, and it looks like this. So what I did was I cut out the gift, and then I cut out the layer of the bow. And though that would be on your gypsy, so let's go to that cartridge. That is key number 40, and it looks like this. So that is the gift. And you're going to hit the shift key and then key 40 to get the gift. And then what you'll do is you'll hit the layer key. Let me go to that one. And the shift, and you'll get your bow and ribbon. And now those were cut out at 2 inches on the gypsy and the Cricut. So the other thing that I did was I went ahead and I added some of my Martha Stewart garnet glitter to the bow at the top here. And then I took and put some bling down the middle. And for the present portion, I ran that through the Cuttlebug again using the Swiss Dots folder. So now I've got this already popped up on some foam tape. So we're going to go ahead and take the tape backing off the foam tape. And then we're just going to add our little present right up here in the center. Like so. And then the last thing I want to do is I have these little, actually before I do that, I decided the card needs a little bit more bling. So I'm going to go ahead and take my iRock tool and my gems, and I'm going to add some more bling just on this portion here. So let me go ahead and we'll get out and lay these down. Let's see if I'll flip this over. And I want to put one right up there in that corner there. So let me go ahead, and the way that I've shown how to use the iRock tool previously. So we're just going to go ahead and press down and hold down until the glue is heated up on the other side of the bling. And you just hold it for just a few seconds. Now, because my tool wasn't heated up quite yet, it may take just a little bit longer. So it's not quite heated up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my bling, and then I'll come back so that we can finish up adding the last of the embellishments to the card. Okay everybody, I'm back, and now I've added all the bling that I'm going to add. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add my last little embellishment. And what I'm adding are these cute little candy canes. And this is a packet that I picked up at Hobby Lobby last year when they had their Christmas stuff on sale the day after Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and take and add my candy cane. I'm going to have one right there, and I'm just going to put one up here in the corner. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use the glue gun to add this. So I'm going to run some glue along the candy cane. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this to my card. And I'm going to put my candy cane right there. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and get some glue on the other one. But this time I'm going to use the tweezers so I don't burn myself. And we'll get some glue on here. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll lay the candy cane down right there. Except I want it to come down just a little bit, but it looks like it's stuck there. Boy, when you get that glue on there, it's not going to come off. But that's okay. I still like the way it sits. So that's it, everybody. This is the card number 8 of the Christmas cards with the Cricut, the twisted gatefold. Thanks for watching, everybody, and come back for day number 9.